Hey, friends, this is Pastor Aaron. Just wanted to come to you in the midst of what we're experiencing with this pandemic and the coronavirus situation, and wanted to just kind of touch base with you pastorally on a couple of things. And so I have four things that I'd like to just to share with you or talk about with you today. And first is that in the midst of this crisis, I would like to offer you or extend an invitation to you to participate with me in a day of prayer and fasting. You may have seen this in the church email that just went out, but some people at the Gospel Coalition are putting together a day of to fast and pray, and that is this coming Saturday, April 4th, and it's all day long. If you follow the link there, you can see tgc.org/pray. I will also put a link in the description and where you can find an article explaining it in greater detail. You'll also find a little prayer guide that will guide you through that day. There are three set times to pray that day. There's a morning prayer, a midday prayer. The morning prayer is more personal prayer for you. The midday prayer is a prayer for the community. And then in the evening, they're doing a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live concert of prayer time. And so you're invited to log in and to participate with that. So I'd like for you to give an invitation for you to join me in a day of fasting and prayer this Saturday, April 4th. And so click the link for more details regarding that. And so that's the first thing I'd like to invite you to do. The second thing I'd like to make you aware of is to continue that spirit of prayer. And by going with me on a journey, 30-day journey. Oh, I hate using that word journey. But following with me for 30 days on a prayer, a discipline of prayer in the midst of this crisis. And so also in the description box, you'll see a link describing this 30 days of prayer, and there's a prayer guide. It's like a 350-page prayer guide that walks you through scriptural prayers to pray. And so my invitation for you is that following this weekend, starting on Monday, April 6th, I believe that is, Monday, April 6th, that you would participate with me in praying. And again, it follows the same format as the day of fasting and prayer. You'll have a morning prayer, a midday prayer, and an evening prayer, and it's all laid out for you in that guide. And it does what I think is very helpful for me is to read biblical prayers and scriptural prayers, and then that usually serves as a good catalyst for me to pray too. And so more information in that, hopefully in the description, if I can figure out how to do that. And this is actually a perfect leeway because we'll be wrapping up our series on Thy Word is Truth, and we'll actually be starting a series in the Psalms. So it's very appropriate that we're committing to these times of prayer because that's what the Psalms are. They are the hymn book and the prayer book for the people of Israel. It is cited, I believe, more than any other Old Testament book in the New Testament. The words of the Psalms were on Jesus's lips on many occasions. And so we're going to be studying the Psalms, and I feel like it was an appropriate thing to do given the situation that we are in. And so we're going to be continuing our series in Thy Word is Truth by looking at Psalm 119 this Sunday, and it kind of functions as a perfect transition to the next series, which is in the Psalms. And so we'll begin with Psalm 119 this Sunday. So those are a couple things to keep in mind. A day of prayer, fasting and prayer, 30 days of prayer, the upcoming series in the Psalms that will begin this Sunday, and for you to even, if you want to, read Psalm 119 in preparation for the sermon this Sunday. So if you have any comments, leave the comments below. Check out the items, and we look forward to seeing you virtually this Sunday.